Hey YouTube, Sandy Frank here. This week's episode of Hobby Talk, I am all about celebrating the third Super Bowl championship in the last 5 years for my Kansas City Chiefs and the great Patrick Mahomes. And over here we have on display, these are all my um, Patrick Mahomes rookies from with him wearing an NFL uniform. I have one other one he's in his Texas Tech uniform, but I'm saving just this video for my Patrick Mahomes cards that are with the Kansas City Chiefs uniform. Officially licensed um, Panini cards. Um, man, I this year Patrick Mahomes winning the Super Bowl, it was unbelievable. He literally had one of the worst wide receiver core that I think I've ever seen. Thank goodness they had Rashee Rice, because without Rice, wow, would that be a really bad wide receiver core. So Patrick Mahomes continues to do mind blowing things. He's been a starter for 6 years now, 6 AFC championship games, 4 trips to the Super Bowl, 3 Super Bowl rings. Just unbelievable. So he's clearly, you know, one of the all time great QBs already. And that begs the question, why are Patrick Mahomes cards worth less now than they were 3 years ago? His cards have gone down even though he's won 2 Super Bowls the last 2 years. What is going on with cards? Well, I think I know the answer. Um, it all starts with COVID, the COVID bubble. We're still on the backside of this bubble. Markets are continuing to correct. Now, there are players that cards have gone up, but it's taken Herculean efforts for these players' cards to go up. Like a Shohei Ohtani, his cards have definitely gone up since the pandemic. But guess what? He's done just ridiculous things in baseball. I mean, Brock Purdy's cards have gone up, but I mean, he has emerged as one of the top young quarterbacks in the game. Don't know if you can really count him as someone, because he wasn't around during the bubble. Mahomes, his cards went up very high, but they've gone down ever since. You know, I don't know it like on the backside of this bubble. Despite winning 2 Super Bowls, he has his cards have gone down in value. So, is it just the bubble, or what is going on here? I think people are realizing how heavily printed cards are whenever you look at pop reports. Except in football, it's not nearly as bad as basketball. But at least Mahomes was in 2017. There was a huge increase in print runs in 2018 and pretty much every year since then. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So his cards are much lower printed. I'm talking about his rookie cards. Much lower printed than, say, Brock Purdy rookies or Tua rookies or Joe Burrow or Trevor Lawrence. Just, they print so many cards nowadays. Those cards, it paints a bleak picture, honestly. Because if Patrick Mahomes' cards are going down, how are anybody else's cards going to go up? And that is a question that really has me wondering. You have C.J. Stroud, whose cards have gone up, because he was unbelievable as a rookie. But just how high are his cards going to go when Patrick Mahomes cards are actually coming down after winning 2 Super Bowls in a row back to back? It's crazy, but this is health for the market. I think for the card market, particularly in sports cards. Um, the market needs a complete correction. Let's get totally back to before pre-COVID. Um, you know, if the hobby needs to shrink, the hobby needs to shrink, and it's kind of hard when you have fanatics wanting to 10x everything. But you know, card prices, they need to correct, and this is just a natural thing. Now you look at basketball. Basketball has had to do some massive correction. Um, Look at a player like Luka Doncic, unbelievable player. Now hasn't translated to postseason success that much, but Luka has played unbelievably well in the NBA and gotten better every year. Yet his cards have really gone down. I mean, from the bubble highs, just incredible down, shrinking down of the market. And you have other players that were hot that are not hot anymore. And this market correction. I mean, it's hard if you bought cards during the bubble. The the stark reality is those cards are probably never going back to that point. So many basketball cards got graded during that time. So many Patrick Mahomes cards got graded. You look at some of the baseball rookies from 2020 at the pop numbers of those cards, incredible. Um, like Luis Robert. Luis Robert, not a bad player, but there's no way his cards are ever going to do anything when they got graded into oblivion. You can see this also with Pokemon. Pokemon cards, as great as they are, they're sliding. And this is the backside of this bubble. And I think I'll be happier the sooner we get past this bubble and get back to, you know, just natural markets. Don't get me wrong, I still love grading. And grading has been very good to me. It's helped me pay for a ton of stuff in my collection that I really like. So grading is always going to have a place in my heart. It's just fun to do. It's fun to do, and it's if you do it right, you can come out ahead. Now, what I mean by doing it right, you guys, if you watch the channel, you kind of know my formula. Put some cards in there that you intend to sell, that are, maybe call them money cards or whatever. So you get your cards back from PSA. Hopefully you get some PSA 10s, especially the cards you sent in to help pay for the order. Sell those cards, and basically you're getting the rest of your cards graded for free. I've done this for 50 some PSA submissions now. You can watch the videos of all my submissions. You just got to keep the train going. Sell cards that you want out of a submission to help pay for the next. Boom, boom, boom. And then once it's done, you've got all your cards paid for the grading fees. And I always keep the best cards. Like, if I had two of these Patrick Mahomes, if one was a 9 and one was a 10, I would keep the 10 in my collection and sell the 9 to help pay for the order. I've done that, order after order after order. I kind of ran into a little tough spot when I was doing the Star Wars special. I sent in several orders of those, but there's so many of those cards that I keep in my collection, I wasn't really selling anything to help pay for the next order. And that kind of got me behind on my orders. But we're back to normal. Been getting sports card orders back and easily selling cards I didn't want to keep, and able to pay for the upcoming next orders. So we kind of rambled on got off topic here, but congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm so happy. I've never had this happen in my life. When I was a kid, I was a big Royals fan because I loved George Brett. I got to enjoy the 1985 World Championship. I kind of gave up on baseball when things got dumb with the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. I just totally got out of baseball. And living in Texas, I started following the Rangers. Fell in love with that team. They're my team now. And I'm so grateful that, one, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl a couple years ago. The Rangers won the World Series this past year. And now I've got the Chiefs winning another Super Bowl. It's the most unbelievable stretch as a sports fan that I've ever had in my life. And I love it. So I'm so thankful that we have Patrick Mahomes. When you have a good quarterback, and in fact one of the all-time greats, it is an amazing, amazing feeling watching these games. Especially knowing your quarterback is going to keep you in every game no matter what. And he is amazing. I hope he has many great years ahead of him. And it's going to be fun watching him chase after Tom Brady and his legacy. Because he's the guy. And don't sweat Patrick Mahomes cards dropping in value, even though he's won two Super Bowls. This is all part of getting past the bubble. And once we're past it, things will be back to normal. And yeah, when someone wins 2 Super Bowls in a row, yeah, their cards are going to go up. Another thing that might factor into this is people see how great Mahomes is and automatically bake Super Bowl rings into his prices, knowing that this guy has a good chance of winning multiple Super Bowls. Well, he has now. And what's bad is they start baking that price into everybody. And everybody else is not going to be able to keep up this kind of pace. Patrick Mahomes can't even keep up this pace with the overinflated prices from the last few years. So, guys, if you're a Chiefs fan, congrats. It's been a great run. I hope it continues to be a great run. I'll be watching every game next year, just like I'll be watching every Rangers game this upcoming season. I'm getting super pumped for baseball season. I want to see what my Rangers do to try to repeat. I love their team. I love the Chiefs team. Let's get Chris Jones re-signed. Let's get Sam Snead re-signed. And pick up some sort of wide receiver. And we're going to be right back in the big game. I have no doubts. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Later.